Hi, it's Stacye. How are you this evening? Happy Tuesday and good to see everybody. Anyway, let's get started. First, let me say my thank yous to all my friends on MySpace, YouTube, and Soulfare.com. Zon, Arthur, Roger, Nita, Charles, Chantel, Shelley, Jay, Harvey, Black Tiger, Alicia, Black Angel, Without Wings, Dr. Turba, and Bear. Thank you very much for your comments. And Dr. Turba, thank you very much for the compliment. Anyway, so let's get started. Last night's blog was Relationship 101, and it was really about being honest with who we are and being honest with what we want. But I want to read something that was sent to me, an email that was sent to me, not the whole email, but just a part that really stuck out. And what I noticed is I got a lot of emails that said kind of the same thing. So I decided that that would be the topic for the evening. I think maybe sometimes I lose sight of who I am and what I want because I want so much to love and be loved. I think that many times that's the case. We send in our representative. We forget who we are. I don't know if we always know who we are to start with, which is why I said last night, first, you got to know who you are and you have to know what you want. You have to know what's important to you and what's not important to you. For some of us, some things are a deal breaker, whereas for someone else, it's not. So I think it's really important to know those things. And many times I've talked about us sending in our representatives. Most of us, almost all of us, are guilty of not showing who we are, being afraid to show who we are because we want to be liked or loved so much that we put on the air. We put on whatever air we think is going to work. We're all guilty. I'm sure I have done it in my life. And it's unfortunate because we in turn want someone to show us their true self. And it seems like one day you wake up and once everybody has, decided to send the representative out of the room and becomes themselves, nobody's really happy, if you know what I mean. And that has a lot to do with why there are problems in relationships, because you didn't go into it honestly in the first place. How can you have a real relationship if the two people never showed up in the first place? So you have to think about that. You have to give what you want to receive. If you want to receive honesty, then you have to give honesty. So who you are, even if you think you have flaws, who you are is who you are. If you like to sleep late, if you snore, if you fart, whatever that is, that's your deal. But we all have flaws. We all, some people, there's a great line in the movie The Mirror Has Two Faces, and Barbra Streisand's doing her monologue. And she says, everybody talks about happily ever after, but nobody told Prince Charming that Snow White was going to clean the castle incessantly. So, in other words, we don't know what happily ever after is. We don't know what our outcome is going to be. Life is about the day by day. But it helps if you show up as yourself. Many times we think that many times we think that we can change someone or we can mold them to be what we want. Honestly, you can't, because who someone is who they are, and who you are is who you are, and you don't want anyone trying to change you, so you shouldn't try to change somebody. The reality is showing up as yourself. If you can claim yourself, be yourself, and let the world see you, you will definitely bring more like-minded people into your life. If there's something that you're into, get involved in the things that you enjoy, and you'll meet more people that enjoy the same thing. But you can never have a great relationship if you're never really yourself, because you're not going to be happy stagnating yourself. You're never going to be happy like that. Anyway, so before I finish, I was asked a question that I couldn't really put into words. I don't know that I will put it into the correct words now, but I can answer it the best way I know. I was asked, what is the true meaning of love? Love to me is unconditional. It is accepting someone for who they are, even with their so-called flaws. It is wanting the best for them, caring for them. We don't all see love the same way, but I think it's important that you know what love is for you, and the type, not just the type of relationship you think you want, but what love is to you. Because we've all been raised differently, and we have different thoughts and different backgrounds, and we don't all have the same beliefs of what love is. But I can tell you what it's not, even if I can't articulately tell you what it is. What love is not being abusive, be it verbally or physically, to another person. Love is not mean. Love doesn't hurt. I guess that's the best way to put it. Love doesn't hurt. So if you are being hurtful towards someone, if you are being abusive or demeaning towards someone, then you're not loving them. So, as I said, I can tell you what it's not. And I can be clear that when someone does something, love is not being possessive. Relationships are, as I say all the time, a privilege, not an obligation. And they should be treated as such. They should be honored. And that is loving someone, accepting them for who they are and allowing them to be themselves, even if you don't always understand all of it. Because there's got to be a happy medium. Because if there's not a happy medium, then again, that means that somebody didn't show up as themselves and you weren't being honest. So it all kind of ties in, right? Anyway, so my question to you tonight is, not just do you know who you are, because I asked that last night, but do you show up as yourself? Do you allow people to see who you are? Because not just do you know who you are, but do you allow people to see you? Be it romantic relationship or platonic relationship, do you allow people to see who you are? Or do you send in your representative? Ponder that. Dying to hear what you have to say. I will see you soon. Love and blessings. Bye.